morning with the latest figures from yesterday's storm totals. Initial numbers on the winter storm and its effects on the roadways. The Georgia Department of Public Safety, which oversees the Georgia State Patrol, says it has received more than 1,600 weather-related calls for service since Friday morning. Among those, close to 300 crashes and just more than 200 were motorist assists. To power outages, they continue to be a concern across Georgia. Georgia's electric membership cooperatives report 5,088 total outages. About half of those are in Metro Atlantic counties. Georgia Power, meanwhile, reports more than 58,000 customers right now are without power. That includes more than 17,000 in Fulton County, 12,000 in Gwinnett, and 10,000 in DeKalb County. A special thanks to Molly Samuel and Emily Wood Pearson for being with me today. I'm Jim Burris, amplifying Atlanta. This is WABE. Stay safe and have a great weekend. This is WABE.
Diverse community to support it. WABE is your station. Please make a contribution that shows how much you value this service. Go to wabe.org/donate.
Los Angeles Fire Department issued new evacuation orders and warnings for the Palisades fire last night, affecting the area around Brentwood. That fresh evacuation comes as California Governor Gavin Newsom is ordering an independent investigation. Firefighters battling the fires face challenges getting water to fight the flames. Marisa Lagos, Weather Station KQED reports.
Crews in the Pacific Palisades and near Pasadena have repeatedly been stymied by low water pressure and fire hydrants running dry. In a letter to local officials, Newsom wrote that while water supplies from hydrants are not designed for widespread blazes, losing supplies likely impaired firefighting and evacuation efforts. He directed state water and fire officials to investigate. Newsom asked LA officials to conduct their own review and share information with the state.
Health officials, meanwhile, warning some people in LA that their water is not safe. The advisories for those living near the largest burn zones. NPR's Ping Pong reports that urban wildfires offer specific risks for drinking water.
Residents near the wildfires, including those in Pasadena and the Pacific Palisades, should not drink the tap water. They should not make food or ice with it. They should even consider not showering or washing dishes with it. These warnings were issued over concerns of chemical contamination from the wildfires. Jackson Webster is a civil engineer at Chico State in California.
Not everybody in all of Southern California is concerned about their water. There are certainly systems that have contamination that probably will have lasting contamination issues.
Webster says the low water pressure has created a vacuum that pulls ash and soot back into the water system. You may not be able to see or smell it. Officials will need to test the water to see what's in it. Ping Pong, NPR News.
Georgia working to restore power to tens of thousands of customers following that winter storm that's been moving through the south. Forecasters expect that storm to move off the east coast tonight. At least 10 news organizations have retracted or amended stories after an NPR investigation showed that a man they featured as a brave Chinese dissident was linked to an elaborate con. NPR's Frank Langton reports that journalism scholars can't recall such a mass action based on concerns from a single news source.
Dozens of news organizations around the world covered Wang Jingyu as he presented himself, a courageous dissident standing up to China's Communist Party. But an NPR investigation linked Wang to a Byzantine con that involved forged government documents and bankrupted the victims. Wang denies any wrongdoing. The news organizations that changed or retracted coverage of Wang include the the Associated Press, Al Jazeera, Germany's Deutsche Welle, as well as Radio Free Asia, which is funded by the U.S. government. Ed Wasserman, former dean of the Graduate School of Journalism at the University of California, Berkeley, said, quote, "I've never seen anything like this." Frank Langford, NPR News.
This is NPR. Following arguments Friday on whether a law should take effect that could ban the popular short video app TikTok, NPR's Bobby Allen says the Supreme Court is expected to rule soon.
So we're waiting to hear if the court is going to delay the ban's start date and then also when it will rule on the merits, which will be in the coming days. And of course, there was President-elect Donald Trump, who has vowed to save TikTok, and that might throw another wrench into this situation.
Unless the Supreme Court intervenes, TikTok could be banned by January 19th over national security concerns. The app's parent company is based in China. A new study raising concerns about the hundreds of U.S. hospitals controlled by private equity firms. Researchers at Harvard Medical School find patient satisfaction dropped under private equity controls. From member station WBUR, Priyanka Dayal McCluskey reports.
Many patients said their experience at hospitals worsened after private equity takeovers, and they reported staff were less responsive. Dr. Rishi Wadera co-authored the study and says it adds to a growing body of evidence pointing in the same direction.
When private equity takes over a hospital, things generally get worse for patients.
He says as private equity grows,
There really is an urgent need for greater transparency, monitoring, and regulatory oversight.
lawmakers are paying attention. The Senate Budget Committee this week published a bipartisan report saying private equity investors are making millions on hospital deals while patients suffer. For NPR News, I'm Priyanka Dayal McCluskey in Boston.
This is NPR.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Eric and